There we go. Okay, so that should be recording. I'm hoping that's recording. It says live, but that should be recording. Okay.
Live on my.
Okay. So to start off, I'd like to address one thing real quick for you and I and whoever's going to be reviewing these things. One of the key issues for openness and acknowledgement and empathy is eye contact. And the problem with that for distance people is my eyes are looking at your eyes on the screen, but the webcam's up here, not down here where the eyes are. So that's a little difficult to maintain. But given that limitation, we can go ahead and get started. So hello, Alex. How are you today?
Hi.
I'm doing pretty well. So what brings you here today?
Well, I've been feeling stuff going on in my life right now. I have two sisters, but what's been bothering me recently, I just got out of a relationship for over 2 years. That's been difficult, and what's been even more difficult is that I've been having some roommate problems. So I'm a senior in university, or I just graduated, sorry, off campus. So I've been having some roommate problems. So there's a lot of things that are going on, but mostly it's just the feeling down and not feeling like I normally would feel day to day.
Okay, tell me more about that. Tell me more about feeling down. What is down? What do you mean by that?
Feeling down is it's feeling hopelessness and helplessness. Just sleeping a lot. Not really wanting to get up or hang out with my friends. I feel like I have a huge lack of energy. I just don't really have what I would say a drive. So I'm just wanting to get that drive back, and I'm not sure how. I've been referred by a friend, so I'm hoping that this is going to help me not feel so down and feel so out.
You said that you were sleeping a lot. That's a more physical, pretty direct, obvious effect of this. Is there anything else like that? Any other parts of your life that are very that's what I'm looking for. Not diagnosable, but very stark, factual. Any problems with sudden weight loss or weight retention or eating habits changing or anything like that?
Yeah, I've actually had a lack of appetite. So I haven't been eating like I normally do. I'm not hungry. I have this feeling in my stomach that I'm not hungry, and when I try and eat, nothing really tastes good. And I just I don't want to do anything. I want to sleep all the time. I eat yeah, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to see people. I do enjoy before I enjoyed hobbies like intramural soccer and running, but now I couldn't be bothered to even attend those.
Okay. So it sounds like you got a lot of stress in your life. Those are pretty obvious stress responses. Let's talk about your roommate situation. You mentioned you have some problems with your roommates. What kind of issues are you having with your roommates?
Yeah, I live with 3 roommates. I feel like I don't fit in with them. I don't want them to be home when I'm home. I feel like they're always talking bad about other people and maybe about me. I really just don't trust them. I trust them with my stuff, but I don't trust them just to be people that I want to live with and people that I want to be surrounded by. So, so I don't even feel comfortable right now because I'm feeling down. Leaving my place because I don't even want to leave my room because I don't want to see them. And if I go back, it's also a stressful situation. So it's just figuring out what's going on, and because I've just been feeling really, really down, and they're not people that I look up to or that I look to for friendships.
You sound like you're very you sound disconnected almost from them. Like they may have been your friends in the past. They were people that you definitely wanted to live with, but that you feel much more disconnected from them now that you're not seeing them as friends so much anymore. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that sounds really accurate. And I'm not sure where the disconnect came. Maybe we are just at different points in our lives. But I did make the conscious decision to live with all three of them. And then now, it's been hard to live with them. And I wouldn't, if I could go back, I wouldn't make the same decision to live with these three roommates in an off-campus apartment.
Sorry, the moment of levity is I could see you reading off the notes. So you said a moment ago that it was very stressful for you going home. What about your home life? What about your family? Tell me more about them.
Okay. Well, obviously I have a mom and a dad, but they are divorced. They have divorced about 5 years ago. And I have two younger sisters. One is 15 and one is 17. And they both currently live at home as well. So it's kind of a full household. And we all live with my mom. So right now we don't live with my dad. And I just feel like I'm at the age, I'm 23. So I feel like I don't necessarily need to live at home anymore. I'm not like my 15 or 17-year-old sister. It would be an adjustment to live at home, and I think it'd be stressful for a number of reasons. Yeah, that's kind of my home life.
Okay, so stressful at home in general. Not a lot of stress, but some stress at home. Stress with your roommates, disconnect from your roommates. What about your other friends? Do you have any other friends that you spend time with?
Yeah, I have. So I have friends that I've made at running and soccer,
Oh,
but I really enjoyed them as teammates. They do text me, but I just haven't felt up to going out or hanging out with them or inviting them over. But normally, I really enjoy being around them. To me, they're pretty competitive. They're happy. Yeah, they're good friends. They're good friends to be around. Unlike my roommates right now that I'm having a tough time being around. Yeah, I would rather be with people that I'm friends with than the three roommates that I'm not friends with.
okay. And you said you graduated from college, or you're in college. Can you
Yeah,
clarify that a little bit?
I just graduated from college this year. Yeah.
Okay. Any further plans for education?
I haven't really thought that too far into it. I've actually been just trying to get an internship this summer, which has also been stressful because I haven't been able to find one, and now I'm feeling anxious that I won't be able to find one. And then now that I've just been really down, it's hard for me to even go. It's myself going into an interview because I do feel really anxious and really down, and not very confident. And when you go into an interview for an internship, I feel like you have to be excited and you have to be confident. And I don't feel like I'm those things anymore. I'm even having trouble finding internships to apply for right now. So that's kind of my next step after graduating. I'm looking for a summer internship, and then hopefully the internship will lead to a job. Just having anxiety, worrying that I won't be able to find a placement for my internship.
You sound very. You keep saying using the word down, but it sounds like you're saying you're very depressed. Have you had any thoughts about self-harm or suicidal tendencies or thoughts?
No, never.
Okay, good. Um, So while you're trying to get into this internship, you're looking for internships. Do you have anyone that's helping you with that? A professor or guidance counselor or anyone like that?
No, I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone helping me, but that is a good idea. I haven't went out and looked for any type of help or any kind of resources. I do have this one professor that I could, and they would probably help me with an internship. I haven't really thought of asking anyone before, but that is a good idea to reach out to maybe even a professor or someone that I look up to help me possibly find an internship because they know me best. I've had them for classes for the past 4 or 5 years. So they would me and what internship will best be suited for me, and then also what internships are out there. And if anyone has emailed them about possible jobs, at least this person would know that I'm interested and could forward me the email.
Okay. We've talked about some pretty serious things, but I want to know more about you. Tell me more about when we talked about how your parents are all together, your family life, your friends. I want to know about your hopes and dreams, your beliefs, your aspirations. What do you want to be when you grow up, so to speak? What do you want from life?
What do I want from life? Well, I got my undergraduate in psychology. Yeah, in psychology. So I'm hoping to use that in my profession because I really have a passion and a desire for psychology, and I believe that I'm in the field for the right reasons and that I'm really good at it. So I definitely want to pursue that. I would like to potentially have another relationship. So but I was just in a relationship for 2 years and 3 months, and that just ended. So that was really tough. So another, I guess, goal would be to eventually find a husband and get married and have kids. But that's definitely a ways in the future. But that's what I want, and that's what I look forward to. I'm unsure how I'm going to get there. But that's definitely, I want to work as a psychologist, and I want to be married, and I want to have kids. I want to have a nice house. I want to have I just want to be I want to be happy is the main thing. I want everyone around me to be happy as well.
So spiritual outlook, religious beliefs, you have anything concrete?
Yeah, I'm Christian. I've grown up Christian. I wouldn't say, I don't really know what non-strict is, but I would say I'm definitely Christian. I grew up going to Bible studies. My family didn't go to church, but my brothers, I have 2 older sisters, and we all went to Bible studies together, and it's something that I definitely carry on with my life. Currently, I haven't been going to church, but I don't think that matters as much as some people may think it does. So I'm definitely Christian and believe that there's a God, and I believe that there's life after death, and that's something that I really do believe in, and that we all have a plan, and I don't know what my plan is yet, obviously. To have one, and right now it's just kind of tough. But I just need to somehow get out of this hard feeling.
So tell me about, you've referenced it several times now. Tell me about this relationship you just got out of, the 2-year-long relationship, 2-year plus relationship. Tell me how that ended. How did that come about?
That ended really sad. Because when you're with someone for that long, it's really hard to be apart from them. There was not much fighting, or there wasn't much arguing. There wasn't any cheating. It just wasn't meant to be at the time, which I think also makes it hard because it's fault. It's not my ex-boyfriend's fault. It's not my fault. It's just something that came to an end. And I don't think, like I mentioned before, I'm Christian. I don't think it's in my plan right now. It doesn't mean it never is. But right now I feel like that's just not, it wasn't working out as I hoped. So that's been really tough because for the past 2 years, I was having thoughts of, this could be I do get married to, and I do have the kids that I want to have with. So it was a pretty serious relationship, and for that to all come to an end is really, really hard. And one thing that I've been struggling with is, do I keep in contact with him or don't I? It's kind of something that I've been tossing up a lot, because we still get along really well. But I don't know if that will make my process of moving on harder or easier. So it's just something that I've definitely been thinking about a lot, and me feeling down also contributes to the breakup, because if I can't be in a relationship with someone who didn't do anything wrong, and I didn't do anything wrong, then will I ever be able to be in a relationship? So it's just another factor that has contributed to my stressfulness and me feeling down, and especially just graduating university and not being able to find a summer internship. It just feels like, so to say, cards are stacked against me. So just figuring it out.
So to kind of give you a summary back of what you told me, the breakup was not amicable per se, but it was mutual. You all both felt like it was a good thing to end it. That it was not progressing as you wanted. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that now you're wondering if you should try to keep him as a friend, if you should just let him go, if that's a relationship that wouldn't work very well because of your long-term relationship. You're just struggling on the acceptance or rejection of that friendship.
Yeah, I'm not. That's a really good way to describe it. The acceptance or rejection. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure if I've fully accepted that it's over. And then if we still talk, it's me maybe connecting still, or if it's the rejection and I don't want to talk to him because we're not together anymore and I can do what I want, kind of attitude. So I'm really not sure which one I'm struggling with more, but maybe I'm struggling with them both.
Yeah.
But yeah, the summary was very correct.
Okay. Yeah, people are complicated. Okay, so let me see. You mentioned soccer teams. You play soccer and something else. What was the other sport? You mentioned that you have a couple of friends outside of your roommates that you meet them for soccer and something else.
You froze for like the last 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll go back to it then.
Sorry.
You mentioned that you had friends outside of your roommates that you met for soccer and something else, another activity. What was it?
Running. I really like running. Running's something that's always challenged me, but I know it's really good for me. And yeah, I have met a lot of friends in intramural soccer and running. Yeah, and I could, but right now I feel so, I don't know, I just feel like I don't have a drive. Maybe it's because I have a lack of energy because I'm sleeping too much and I'm not eating. I think maybe that's contributing to me not wanting to reach out, because I do have a lot of people in my life who do care about me, like my soccer and my running friends. And like I've never questioned if my parents care about me. I know they both do too. So I do have a support system put in place. It's just, I'm just so tired, and I feel like I don't want to tend any, and I'm not interested in going to soccer or running anymore. I'm just feeling really fatigued in general.
Okay. So tell me what you hope to get out of this this counseling relationship, these talks. What are you looking for? What sort of solutions are you trying to approach?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I'm not sure if I have the answer. I just kind of know that I don't feel well right now and I feel really fatigued. So by the end of this session and hopefully many more sessions, I'll just start to feel more like myself. I'll start to feel like day. I'll start to feel like I have an appetite, and I have more more energy, and I'm just more the person that I was before, and maybe some help dealing with my roommates. And I would say the two things that I'm really looking to get out of this is support in dealing with my three roommates, and then support dealing with my recent breakup would be the two things that I really need to focus on.
Okay. So tell me more about the roommate issues. Is it just a general feeling of disconnectedness from them, or is there any specific interaction that was troublesome? Any incident that you can point to and say, I really didn't like how this went?
Let me think of something. Yeah. So my roommate, I know I said before that I just didn't, I felt uncomfortable around them, but it's because I wasn't comfortable enough in this session, but now I'm feeling comfortable. So two of my roommates came into my bedroom, and I noticed that clothes that were in my closet were all on the floor. They asked to borrow clothes, and that's fine, but this time they didn't ask to borrow any clothes, and they were just all on the floor. So they went in my room without my permission. And then I noticed that two of my sweaters were gone, so they must have taken the sweaters too. And I'm not a very I don't really like conflict, so I didn't want to confront them. So I'm not sure where my sweaters are, and I'm pretty positive it was two of my roommates. And when I was about to go downstairs, they were all talking about it with the third roommate, and they were laughing about it. So first they stole my things, and then they were laughing about that. They didn't want to tell me that. They thought it was funny.
I can definitely see how that would lead to some trust issues. Have you talked to them about it? Have you confronted them about it at all?
No, not yet. I've just been kind of feeling like avoiding that and not dealing with it, but I guess that hasn't been making me better. So I should try something else. Maybe I could confront them, but I'm not sure the best way. Because right now, not confronting them hasn't been going well for me. I don't want to go home, and when I do go home, I don't want them to be there. So it's been really, really stressful, and I think what hurt me the most was the third roommate who didn't do anything. She didn't steal, she didn't put my clothes down, but she was downstairs laughing with them about it, and she was the one that I trusted the most out of them all, and she's the one that I thought we were really close. So she kind of trust the most, because I would expect it from the other two, but I wouldn't have expected it from this one. So that's really hard to know that the one that I trusted was talking about with these three. And then the third one is also really nice to my face, and she's pretending like we're really good friends, but I don't understand why she would talk with the other roommates if she was my really good friend. So I just kind of feel hurt by all three of them, but especially the third one. And I think, like you mentioned, a good idea would be to confront them and to ask them about it. I have to think and reflect back on what would be the best way to do that. If it would be confronting them all three at one time, or if it would be best just confronting the one that I'm closest with first. But I do think that's something that needs to be brought up, because that could be contributing to me not wanting to attend activities. Because if the one person that I was closest with, my third roommate, if she can go behind my back, then that leads me to think maybe my soccer and my running friends also could. So that's kind of how I feel.
It sounds like you lean towards some sort of confrontation as your solution in general. That you definitely want to talk to them about these issues that they've done, these invasions of your privacy and your what's the word, abuse of your trust. How do you think that's going to go?
I think that it's gonna go really well. I think it'll be okay with the third one, because she doesn't like confrontation either. So when I talk with her, a conversation, and it'll be okay, and I probably will feel better after I talk with her than I do now. It's kind of like when I was doing my undergrad in psychology. It's similar to like before giving a speech, you were always really nervous, but after you gave the speech, you felt okay, you felt relieved, and I feel like I may feel a sense of relief when I talk with the third roommate. And she'll explain her side, which will be helpful because right now all I know is mine. And it's kind of really hurtful for me and it's upsetting. And I'm the type of person that doesn't get angry. I just get kind of sad and get really hurt. So I'm not an aggressive person. So confronting that roommate I think will be fine. But confronting the other two may be really difficult because it's just like they're one. So if they feed off each other, so if you confront one and then she gets mad, they're both gonna gang up on you and get mad. So I'm mostly intimidated for confronting them, the other two roommates, the ones that actually came in my room. So the third roommate, that one should be okay, but the other two I'm nervous about.
Okay, it's understandable. So you're nervous about the other two. Is there anything you can do to mitigate that, to have somebody else on your side to make that more comfortable for you when you talk to them about it?
Yeah, so depending on how the conversation with the third roommate goes, maybe she would be a good person to sit in when I talked with the other two, because she's pretty understanding. So that's a way that she maybe could mediate it, because I feel like if I just go and talk to them, it's going to be them gaining up on me. But if I bring the third roommate into it, she may help me. She may feel bad and want to help me and be there for me. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't think I would want to bring my intramural soccer and running friends into it, just because I don't know them too well yet. But if this doesn't, and if I do confront them and it doesn't go very well, I don't think I should live with them anymore. And I know I talked about earlier that it would be hard to live with my family because I am just graduated university, but it would be hard in a very different way. I know that my family wouldn't talk bad about me. So if I confronted them and it didn't go well, then I think I would just have to remove myself from the situation because I don't think that's helping me. I'm just feeling really fatigued and I'm feeling really down. And if I was living with my parent, or if I was living with my mom and my two sisters, I don't think I would be feeling that as much. I think it would be different emotions, but it wouldn't be as bad, and it would be nice because I think my mom would take care of me. Just kind of like I'm not eating and I'm sleeping so much, and I think my mom would regulate that and try and help me. So maybe it would be to live with my family if I confront the other two roommates and that doesn't go well. So one thing that I am positive and optimistic about is that I have options, and I'm not concerned of that I'll be sleeping on the streets. And I have my family that I could go to, and that's something that I never really considered until right now. But that would be an option for me if it doesn't go well while confronting my other two roommates.
So when you say you're sleeping a lot, what do you mean? Do you mean you sleep, like you go to bed at 8 and you wake up at noon, or do you go to bed at 8 and wake up at 6 and then take a nap from 10 to 2, or
Yeah,
what is that generally?
I'm sleeping a lot. I would say I go to bed at like 7 at night, 7 p.m., and then I'll sleep until like 1 p.m. And then I'll wake up and I will watch TV, go on my laptop, maybe try and search for internships, but that hasn't been going well. So I've kind of been putting off the search because every time I try and look for internships and don't find any, I just get more upset and more down and more sad. And then I really just watch TV, lay on the couch. Maybe I'll have a snack, but I haven't been really hungry, so I don't eat very much. And normally I do eat quite a bit, and I really like food. So it's weird that I haven't even been craving food, especially like I love pizza, but now I haven't even been wanting it at all. And then I'll just basically lay around until I'm tired, and I hope that I can't wait until I'm tired enough to fall asleep. So I fall asleep around 7, hopefully. If I'm lucky, I'll fall asleep earlier.
That's a lot of sleep.
Yeah. It's more than I normally sleep.
That's like 18 hours a day of sleep. That's like pretty much twice what you're supposed to get in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot, but I mean, I've been tired. I wouldn't be sleeping if I wasn't tired. I'm just really, really, really tired, and I think it's just because I'm so stressed out. And when I'm sleeping, I don't have bad dreams, which has been nice. I've never had problems with dreaming, so when I sleep, it's just like nothing. Like, and then I wake up and I just don't have energy. And sometimes I do think like, oh, I'll go to the store today, but then I just feel really fatigued and I have a huge lack of energy. And I just feel like I can barely go downstairs. Like, I haven't been myself because normally I'm out doing stuff. Like I mentioned, soccer and running. I'm hanging out with friends. I'm attending activities regularly. But no, that I don't even want to be in front of people right now.
Okay. Are there any other concerns you have? Any other general areas of problems or issues that you want to talk about?
I may have to think on that for a little bit. There's no. It's just basically the feeling of really down and getting over that. So I haven't. There's nothing like in my childhood. I had a really, really happy childhood. This is kind of the first time that I have felt this down before. Growing up, I grew up in Canada and in Saskatchewan, and it's all farmland and it's really beautiful. And I played outside all the time, and I was always really active and really happy and excited, always into sports, even in high school and elementary school and middle school. I just loved being outside and being active. So it's just really out of my zone. Nothing has really happened in my life that's been too traumatizing or traumatic. But this is the first time that I ever have lived with roommates before. So maybe that's also, it's a big transition for me to have to live with roommates. But no, I had a happy childhood. Nothing that I haven't been able to overcome. And I just think this is just a bump in the road, but I've just never experienced these types of emotions before. And it is hard with the roommates, and it is hard with the breakup because they were also a huge part of my life, which I've never experienced a breakup before like this. So it's just a lot of first things for me right now. So I'm struggling on how to handle that, but there's no other major concern, or there's nothing else really going on in my life. My two sisters and I have a really good relationship. However, recently I haven't been texting them back or talking to them. My mom's been calling, but I haven't really been answering. I don't have the energy to talk to people. Honestly surprised that I even came here today. I was referred by a friend to come here, and I'm surprised that I actually showed up and I had enough energy to come here. But it has felt good to even just get it off my chest and put it out there, what I'm thinking in my head. Having someone who's not directly involved in my life hearing about it and hearing your feedback does really help. So I'm glad that I came up for me just to come here, because right now I am feeling really tired and I'm not hungry, but I do have a lack of energy.
You know, it sounds like it's not just all the stressors in your life. It's the fact that for the first time in your life, you're facing them pretty much by yourself. Between the loss of this relationship, there was a long-term relationship. I'm sure that was a big support for you during its time. Before college, you had your family were supportive. You said your parents were divorced around 5 years ago. That would be
Yeah.
the time you graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And so you had a very supportive family up until you graduated from high school. And when you went to college, your family wasn't as immediate. I'm sure they're still very supportive, but you weren't there as much to see the effects of the divorce and what was going on with that. And so they still felt very supportive. I'm sure your mother and your father were still very supportive of you. But then you come out of college and you're trying to look for this internship, and you've just lost your very supportive boyfriend. He's not there anymore to help be a pillar for you in this. And you've got all this stress and these issues that you're facing with your roommates and with your internship search and your general outlook forward on life. It's something that you haven't had to work at by yourself before. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds really, really accurate. And it's everything in my life just seems like it's all coming down at once, and it's all this big transition. And normally I'm really optimistic and I'm a positive person. That's why I'm in psychology. God is in psychology. But it's one thing to talk to someone else about it and help someone else, but it's really difficult. I'm learning to self, and I feel like I can tell myself all the right steps to take and this is what I need to do, but actually doing it and living it out like I would want my future psychology clients to do is very hard. And I haven't had to face much by myself, and now that I'm out of college, a lot is different, and living with roommates is a transition, and going home is also a transition, and not being able to find an internship has been a bummer. So it's just hard. I guess it's hard finding my place right now. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. I'm not sure where I fit in. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, who I'm supposed to be confiding in, because I just had that roommate conflict, so I don't want to be confiding in them. So it's just a lot of not sure who to trust, not sure who to confide in, not sure. I'm really just not sure about a lot of things, but I feel like today's helping, and I will reach out to one of my professors and ask them about potential internships that they know of. I haven't reached out to anyone for internships. I've just been looking online. So that's something I can even do at home on my laptop. I don't have to go anywhere. So that's something, that's kind of the first step that I'll take, is reach out to my professor, because maybe once I get an internship, then it'll force me to get out of my apartment. It'll force me to meet new people. It'll make me be in a new environment where I'm able to use all my psychology skills that I learned in my undergrad. Maybe it'll help me realize that I am good at things, and I do have a purpose. Because right now I'm just feeling really upset and down, and I feel like maybe an internship would really help me, and it would help me find my place. And the first step right now, because I'm having an awful time finding one, is reaching out to my professor and asking them if they know of anything, and if they can potentially help me with practicum or a job, because that'll help me potentially make new friends as well.
Now, when you're searching for, how far have you looked? In Alaska, but how far away have you looked for an internship?
Well, I've looked at a few websites. I've looked at the websites, I've looked in the newspaper. I haven't gone out of my way in terms of going to agencies and asking. I haven't felt confident enough to do that yet. I am really young in this profession, so that's also something that I'm working on, is having confidence in what I'm doing. But yeah, I've just basically looked online and I sent my resumes out to other places for internships, but right now I haven't had any luck finding any, and maybe it's just good for me to get a part-time job until I do find an internship, because that will help me get out of the house and it will help me focus on other things. Maybe a part-time job not related to psychology, maybe just anything to just get my mind off everything that's going on, and it'll just put my focus on somewhere else.
So it sounds like you want to redirect your focus. That your focus right now isn't working out for you very well. Is it possible you feel like you're focusing too much on the stresses around you, the internship search, the problems with your roommates, the stress at home? Is it possible you're just focusing too much on those?
Yeah, that could be a possibility, because that's really all that I think about. And I have been sleeping so much because I have just been focusing on all those negative aspects and all the things that I can't do and all the things that are stressing me out. But maybe if I would put more focus into, I guess I'm not sure where to put my focus in right now. And that's something that I think I have to help myself before anyone else can help me. So it's just, I'm going to contact my professor, because hopefully they'll give me some good information, and maybe try and think more positively, because right now I've been negatively thinking and not thinking positively. So just even pointing out, like, I have more energy than I did yesterday. That's a positive step. Instead of just always thinking like, oh, I'm so down, I just want to sleep. Try and set an alarm for even like 9 a.m. Maybe try and force myself to stay awake. Start to do more positive things, because the past while it has been really, really negative. So I think it's time to try something else. Because the worst that could happen is where I am right now, and that's not a very fun place to be.
Well, that sounds good. Sounds like you got some definitely some forward steps you got planned. That's a good part of the process. Let me see. I think there's one other thing I want to ask about. Tell me something that you're really positive on right now. What's something that's going really well for you in your life right now? Something you're happy about.
I may have to take a minute to think about this. Let me think a little bit.
Is there anything you really enjoyed doing recently? Event that you went to that you thought, oh man, that was a lot of fun?
Yeah, I really enjoy being outside, and since that it is summer, I could try running outside more, because I do enjoy running in the summer, and there's a lake that's maybe 5 minutes from my apartment, and there's pavement around the lake, so I could run along the lake. I haven't tried that yet, but I feel like that's something I could start doing, and that's, again, part of being positive and yeah, being positive. And one thing that I am really happy about is that I do have other friends besides these two roommates, or besides these three roommates. I have friends outside of that, so I could even ask one of them to go for a run with me, and maybe that would help. So I am really happy about that, but for the most part, I've been feeling pretty upset. But it has felt good getting it out and even just talking about it and putting my feelings out there, because I haven't talked about it at all. You're the first person that I've talked to my situation about. My friend that referred me just knew that I was feeling down, but I wasn't able to even express to them what was going on and how I was feeling. So I feel right now a sense of relief, like a weight has been lifted. That's kind of, so I'm happy about that too.
Well, good. That's good to hear. Have you ever had any substance abuse issues? Any drinking? Any smoking? Any illegal drugs? Anything like that?
Not really. I do enjoy drinking alcohol, but I haven't been involved with any legal substances really. I've actually been very good. That's another thing that I could be happy about, is I haven't been misusing alcohol. So during my college years, I did drink a lot, but I've always been happy when I'm drinking, and it's never been something that I've done as, I know alcohol is a depressant, but I've never done it and became more depressed. So I haven't been drinking while going through the breakup and the friendship issue. I've thought about it, but I know that that's not the right way to handle it or deal with it. So I have experienced alcohol and some drugs, but nothing that I've done more than once or twice. But yeah, alcohol is something that I haven't been drinking. I do drink, but I haven't been drinking recently because I'm just feeling so upset that I knew if I were to start drinking, it wouldn't be good. I could potentially damage my relationship with my 3 roommates even more, because I would go at it a bad way. I could potentially, it would be bad for me and my ex-boyfriend. I could say something I don't mean, or I could just, it just could be a bad conversation. So I don't want that to happen either. So yeah, drinking definitely isn't, I haven't been drinking. I've thought about it, but I haven't gone down that road yet.
Okay. Does he keep saying to you in the top right corner that you're experiencing network connection difficulties? Because he keeps saying.
No, mine just says live.
He keeps popping up a little blue window. He keeps saying that to me.
You're at 48 minutes.
How long? Okay.
So we got 3. I can talk for 3 more minutes.
I got 42 on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I've got the 6:43 p.m. and we came back at 6:03, and then I started a sound recorder like 5 or 6 minutes in. That's at 43 now.
Oh, okay.
So
either way,
Either way, I think that's we probably don't need to try to stretch it more. We pretty much covered everything we need to cover, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if I can talk anymore. I was like, I need a drink of water.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I have to look up who I have to send that to. I don't think we don't have to send this one to anybody, do we?
Do you?
It was
Do you have to send is this one for us, or is it for Michael?
Let me see.
Do we have to exchange this one?
I don't think so. I think this one's just supposed to be for us.
For us to go off of, so we can fill out the intake form, right?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I think we have to observe 2 others, but that's like the next week. And yeah, you're swapping with Jennifer.
Yes, I think that's correct.
You did really well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That is literally my first time ever even like role play counseling someone, except for one time
Oh,
in
really?
college 7 or 8 years ago, forever ago.
You're gonna find it interesting with the clients. 'Cause it's hard not to bring some of your personal stuff in to it.
Yep.
Cutting it off and thinking like, no, I'm just gonna make something up.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you.
See you in class on Tuesday.
All right. See you then.
Bye.